What's up, everyone? Welcome to Mongols Pregame'n Edition. This is where we spend a few minutes chatting with the team prior to the next matchup. Joining me for this one is a player who, thanks to a lot of grit and determination, has been endearing himself to the fan base in a massive, massive way. It's Emmanuel Johnson. EJ, how's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Listen, 2 weeks ago, you scored a goal that feels somewhat representative of what we've seen of you as a player, where you rushed the keeper, had his clearance bank off you into the net. Talk us through what was going through your mind on that play.
On that play, really like our play style is really to just press and keep the defenders under pressure at all times. So, especially the energy that night with the crowd, and it was a whiteout, so everybody was pumped up, ready to go for it. And I kind of know the keeper because we were at Austin together for a little bit, so I know that he takes a little time on the ball. So I was waiting for him to take a touch, and then that's kind of when I went to go pressure him and I try to see if I can catch him off guard.
That was awesome. And the I'm assuming you saw the picture, but after the play, you basically jump up into the stands, arm wide. Please tell me you had this like blown up and framed somewhere at your house because it's just
Uh,
perfect.
I will try. I think me and my mom will work on it, try to get it framed in the house when I go home for sure. But
Nice. One of the traits that you seem to exude is sort of this willingness to do the dirty work and be a bit of a pest to opposing defenders. That's obviously something that the fan base really gets behind. Is that something that's always been part of your game, or is that something new that you've taken on this year?
I've definitely had it in my game for sure, but it's definitely I've had a bigger role to play in that this year with this team, and I had to adapt to it. So I've always had it, but it's definitely been more because of this team, and I've been trying to press more and stuff like that because that's the play style we have here. So yeah,
Do you get like enjoyment from getting in guys' heads? It
for
seems
sure.
like you do.
I love it. I love it. That's
Do
great.
you ever have guys that like come up afterwards and just say, "Man, you really got me," or do they seem pretty ticked off about it still?
Nah, after the game, usually it's a respect thing, and they just like, "Oh, you were a pest today," or we just have a laugh about it and stuff like that. Because some of the players in the league I know, so it's
Yeah,
more of like a laugh thing. But on the field, there's no friends, so
yeah,
more
that's
fun.
awesome. This season has been a bit tough for forwards in terms of being able to find playing time and consistency, but it feels like you're starting to separate from the pack a little bit, getting some consecutive starts. What's it been like coming in and battling for playing time this year?
That's the name of the game. So you're always gonna have competition. Competition makes you better. So, it's the name of the game, and I take it every challenge forward. So it's been tough, but I haven't got as many minutes as I would love to. But I'm a team player. I'm always gonna fight for the team. So when one of my numbers called, that's when I work hard and show up.
Love it. I'm super jealous because you've now played in Scotland for two different teams. How does playing in Scotland differ from playing here in the States, and just what's it like living in Scotland, man?
Playing in Scotland is much more fast paced. Definitely, I feel like the players have more technique. It's more physical. We do a lot of gym. You gotta really stay up with your vitamins and stuff like that. Here in the States, it's kind of the same thing, but I wouldn't say like as physical as Scotland. And it's just, I would just say the speed of play is probably the most different. That's it. But living in Scotland was okay because at first when it was freezing cold, not I'm from Cali, so I'm
Yeah.
not used to that. So that was definitely took some time to
Yeah.
adapt.
People are always trying to sort of compare the level of leagues, and I forget who it was. We had a player who I think went off and played in Sweden, and we were sort of having a conversation just about expectations of the team and the locker rooms and things like that. If you had to sort of rank where you were, I know you played in two different leagues in Scotland, but where that level is compared to where the USL Championship is in terms of level of play, where would you rank them?
I would say, well, obviously Europe is Europe, and
Yeah.
there's always going to be more pressure everywhere in Europe. But I would say the pressure and expectation is almost the same, but just in Europe, there's the fans. I feel like are a little bit more demanding, and they take it as like their life. Like they all grew up loving this team, and this is their life, so they live and die by it. So if they're doing bad, their friends are gonna get on them and talk about how bad they're doing and stuff like that. Which is the same here, but it's I think it's just 10 times more intense in Europe.
Oh, for sure. For sure. From a team perspective, obviously a bit disappointing to get the draw this past weekend. What's the response been like this week at practice?
To get 3 points in Sacramento and really just try to get back to the basics, work on everything we can, and react. That's the biggest point at this point of the season. We're trying to get into the playoffs, so we need to really win every game. We're not settling for ties. We were disappointed ourselves that it was a tie. We felt like we should have won the game with the chances we had. So yeah, that's how we went into training. We've been on the front foot in training this week.
Yeah. You mentioned that you're a Cali boy. You started in the Sac Republic Academy, so this is a bit of a homecoming for you. Are you looking forward to heading back?
Of course, it's an old team, old stomping ground. I'm used to. Um, I know some of the players, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. But it's more of a business trip for me than more of a homecoming. I'm ready to go get 3 points and show them.
Nice. Um, Anything that you guys are expecting from Sacramento? I mean, obviously the Hounds fans, we know at least three of their players because they're former Hounds players. But anything in particular that you got your eye on?
No, not really. We haven't talked too much about them this week. We usually do that Thursday, Friday, so we'll get more on that. But we just know that they're a very good team. They had a great Open Cup run last couple years as well. They're well structured and it's going to be a battle. It's not going to just be a roll around game where we can just walk in and win. We'll have to be prepared.
Yeah, for sure. Well, EJ, I want to be respectful of your time. Really appreciate you taking a few minutes to talk to me here. Best of luck heading back to Sacramento this weekend, and here's hoping to pick up some points and keep climbing the table.
Of course. Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, and thanks everyone for watching, listening. Be sure to subscribe wherever you're getting this, and we'll be back with more Hounds content very, very soon.